1-1 to Kawasaki. He fouls it off. Tried the bunt. Rally caps her out at Rogers Center. Well, Blue Jays really looked like they were off and running. They had scored 4 runs, and Gibbons is arguing now that the ball wasn't bunted. Kawasaki didn't appear to put up much of a complaint. Breaking ball. Did it hit him? Well, he didn't hit it with his bat, but you can see the umpire immediately holding up his hands to indicate foul. Gibbons is probably asking Alan Porter, why didn't you get some help on that? But it was a breaking ball. Now he's throwing Gibbons out of the ball game. He's saying now you can't ask for help in a situation like that, and Porter appeared to suggest no, I saw it all the way, and John Gibbons has been ejected from this game.
Back to Buck. Got tied up and he went around strike 3. Mike Everett punches him out. Buck thought he had ball 4, but Everett begged to differ.
Well, it was ball 4, and let's see, right? This is always a good angle. Tell you what,
could have gone either way.
I don't think he swung, and it's just become so automatic today.
So 1 out now. Neuenhuis faces the left-hander. Kirk has had 1 at bat in this game. Came in a double switch in the 10th. Single to left to lead off the bottom of the 10th.
Oh, Buck's woofing the umpire. Little rabbit ears.
Yeah, he's down at the end of that dugout. He better watch it.
Tim Welke showing some rabbits. Oh, he's getting he's getting on the first base umpire.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me, Mike Everett.
Well, Everett apparently has thrown Buck out of the game, and that they're waiting for Buck to vacate. So I didn't see that, but apparently Everett did throw Buck.
And that's a high strike, and now Gerard Laird turns and has words with Angel Hernandez. And Laird just got tossed. Be careful, Gerald. That might be carryover from the first strikeout of the night as well, when Simmons was rung up.
Well, and Freddie Gonzalez has taken up the argument. Braves only carry 2 catchers, as you know. So that means Brian McCann is in there for the rest of this one. It was a horrible call on Andrelton Simmons for the first strikeout of the.
BJ takes a call, 3rd strike.
That looked wide, but it came back. Now Sherwin Williams painting the corners. That certainly did.
And he's still barking. And he just got tossed.
Doug Eddings doesn't take anything from anybody.
Chris Medlin intercepts B.J. Upton at the on-deck circle. And Freddie Gonzalez pops out. Now B.J. is going to come over and get his point across.
Second time this year BJ's been ejected, and both times for arguing balls and strikes.
Gerald Laird and Freddie Gonzalez were tossed 2 nights ago.
Now, Braves and umpire relations in this series have not been very good. And if Angel Hernandez.
That ball hit deep. He looks up. And that is number 30. And it's a 3-1 Tiger lead. Watch out. That ball hit high and deep. Stretch, he's back, jumps, looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! A grand slam homer for Josh Phegley. And the Sox lead it 5-3. Watch out.
Well, that was absolutely for the fastball under the chin of Prince Fielder.
Yeah, it was.
But that was also behind him. Now the obligatory very late charge from the bullpen.
Now Leland is going to get thrown out. Well, for certain actions, there are certain consequences.
There was no doubt that there was a message sent with the first pitch by Chris Sale and the second pitch thrown by Luke Putkonen. And so it should be just about over now.
That is baseball.
Yeah, you would think it would be over, and that is baseball, and that's what usually happens, neither guy being hit. Now the question is, did he toss out Putkonen and Leland, or was that a warning?
The thing is right now that the umpires do have discretionary power.
They don't have to wait for the warning.
They don't have to.
Right.
If he just deems it that he was trying to throw at him and trying to hit him, he can immediately throw him out.
And right there, it looks like he gives the heave-ho to Jim Leland, and he didn't throw him out of the game because he threw out Putkonen. He threw him out of the game a little later on because he was arguing vociferously on the third base line, and now he's going to get his money's worth.
Well, Mike Leary tells us that Leland was arguing there was no warning, but again, they don't have to warn you. They have the discretionary power to throw you out.
Now Jim Leland is coming out. He wants another talk with Chad Fairchild. And he's going to say, why don't you throw out Ramirez, who started to charge the mound? That's what this particular argument's about.
I don't blame Leland.
No, I know. I mean, he lost a guy. Alexi wasn't exactly charging the mound with a great deal of enthusiasm, but he was walking toward the mound. He will descend down into the locker room and watch the rest of this on big screen television.
A lot of guys choose to go the other way.
I was going to say, yeah. Lots of guys.
Another one that pops out of the glove of Hundley, and they got the runners in an awkward position. Both runners are waiting for the other to make a move, and now the high throw. They finally make the tag at second base.
Oh, no.
And now they're going to call obstruction on the Padres. Second base umpire Laz Diaz in the rundown says that the Padres interfered with the progress of the runner, even though he was dead duck.
Look, you got all the outfielders in on this argument, too.
So the runner caught between second and third is awarded third base. And what else can go wrong is the posture of the Padre manager. Yeah, it was a time to be thrown out. You got to battle for your team, and when things are going this way, and a routine rundown play, and you don't get an out. Let's see exactly what happened here. Both runners are caught between their respective bases. Now they go for the lead runner.
He's all the way on infield grass.
He's 2 steps on the infield grass, and they called it against the Padres. What is Jerko supposed to do? Run into the dugout? That's ridiculous.
There's no question Headley ran up his back, but Tanaka is.
And then where he placed the ball, that's where the bunt hit was made. He's got great speed.
Dribbled up the line, and now Hughes has to hurry to get the ball to Thomas or to the first baseman Overbay. And he may have hit Thomas in the back. They're calling Thomas out for running out of the baseline. Here comes Ron Gardenhire to argue. Vic Carapazza making the call.
I can't imagine Ron Gardenhire staying in the game. This play, the ball and the runner get to first base at the same time. So how can you be out of the base path if the ball and the runner get there at the same time? There is no way that he is infringing on Hughes being able to throw that ball to first base. This is just a bad call to me by the home plate umpire.
And Ron Gardenhire gesturing with both his left arm, his right arm, his left foot, and Gardy's been tossed. It's always a tricky call because the runner has to be in fair territory if he's ever going to have any hope of touching the base. That's where the base is. So let's take a look and see where Thomas was going down the line. Oh my.
So that's just a terrible call. Thomas gets there at first base, like we said, at the same time of the ball. He's not interfering with the throw by Hughes by no means, and he's running on the chalk line.
Now 1 foot is touching the grass. He's on the inside of the baseline and reaches for the foot or for the bag with his left foot.
And that's just a terrible call. And that's just making.
Strike 3, fastball, and Harper is going to be ejected. And you knew that was coming. That's the second time that Harper has really had a problem with Hunter Wendelstedt's call earlier in the game. The pitch that we thought was a strike on the outside corner, and Harper is gone, and he strikes out for the second time.
Well, another pitch on the outer half, and another pitch Bryce Harper didn't think was strike 3, and he and Hunter Wendelstedt have not got along all night long, and you see the reaction from Harper. And in a one-run baseball game with his defense, he cannot get thrown out of the game.
Gomes strikes out in the end. Balfour gets him. Gomes, I think he foul tipped it, or he wanted time, didn't get it, I think, from home plate umpire Todd Tichenor, who runs him from this game after his reaction. I think he was trying to get time out. Didn't get it. Doesn't have to get it.
Now that's completely up to the umpire right there, but usually when they ask for it, they do get it.
Gomes ejected.
Let's see if Johnny puts that hand up and asks for time. He did, but the home plate umpire did not allow it.
That was very late.
Strike 3, Gardner fires the helmet down and gets thrown out of the game. Not a smart move by Brett Gardner, not with the Yankee bench and lack of depth. And Joe Girardi will come out and talk. with Mike Everett. Gardner thought it was ball 4, thought he had walked for the second time. He gets punched out, and then he gets thrown out.
He gone. And they get him in the pickle. That boy, run him, get him going. There you go. Now put it on him. All right, Torrey. Now, what's he gonna say?
He ran into a guy
grabbed
without
it.
the ball.
He grabbed it. What? What in the world are you doing, darling?
Torrey knows he probably got away with one here. Gary Darling has to say that Adam Dunn impeded his path to the bag. It's the only thing he can say.
Well, that's the only possible option, but let's get another look if we can see where Dunn is in relationship to the line. There's Adam.
I think because Adam moved to his right when Torrey was moving to his right, that's why Darling called it. But I think Torrey Hunter, by his expression, will tell you that he got away with one there.
Sure he did. Sure he did. That's BS.
Now Robin's going to get his money's worth.
That's BS. It is. These are times I wish I could cuss.
Well, we'll see if Hector can get by Fielder. And that's a pretty good angle. Maybe if Adam Dunn goes to his left instead of his right, they don't get the call. But normally you don't see that called with no contact.
Well, you just missed quite an argument. Dana DeMuth was watching Cody Ransom, who I'm not so sure he was upset at DeMuth or just mad at himself that he took a called third. Dale got into it with DeMuth and then was kicked out of the game, and this ensued.
This is good old-fashioned nose-to-nose, getting after it here between a manager and an umpire. Dale, he's already been run. He's just getting his money's worth right now. And at the end, they both end up chuckling.
So the bat, the helmet, and eventually he flings his batting gloves. But, you know, maybe a little look at DeMuth. But I think what upsets players and managers is when umpires, they're supposed to be the calm ones, right? I mean,
you know,
players get emotional,
yeah,
and you just look away. And I guess Dale didn't like the fact that DeMuth was kind of watching what Ransom was doing.
Right. And I imagine that's probably what was going on. Dale was watching Ransom to see if there's anything more demonstrative coming from Cody. And Dale probably barked out at Dana to turn around and look the other way. I don't know. I'm just surmising.
And Ian Desmond's called out on strikes near the outside corner. And he is angry.
And Davey coming out to save his shortstop, and that's all this is about. And I don't know if he threw Davey Johnson out or Ian Desmond out.
Well, I think if a manager comes out for balls and strikes, that's pretty automatic. So Davey did what he intended to do, FP, and that's keep his shortstop in the game, even if it costs him an exit.
Yeah, I mean,
just St. Pete. Wright unloads deep left center. Reed Johnson sprinting, won't get there. It's off the warning track and off the fence.
Get it in. They're not calling it a double.
It's going to be a triple for David Wright. Scoring is Murphy. Reed Johnson put his hands up, but again the third base umpire Chad Fairchild signaled safe. And the runners for the Mets just kept rolling merrily around the base paths.
Yeah, but you throw your hands up. You're not the umpire. You got to still get the ball in. You can't quit on the play. This is not subject to review, but just like the home run that he ruled off the bat of Gaddis that hit off the bat of Ugla that hit that railing. That one hit off the screen over the orange line. But you have to get the ball in. Evan Gaddis was backing this play up. Just because Reed threw his hands in the air is no reason to not get the ball in.
So at the moment, it's a triple and a run scored. They've not put that run up on the scoreboard quite yet. It is a 6-4 game as Freddie Gonzalez asks for an explanation of that ground rule here. And Freddie just got tossed.
That's just not reviewable, and Chad Fairchild was not going to ask for help, and maybe that's what got Freddie's ire up, was that he didn't ask for anybody's help. At least a consultation, even with the second base umpire. Paul Schreiber might have been in effect there, and Freddie's not done. Maybe somebody in the dugout told Freddie, hey, we just saw the replay. It definitely hit that railing, and he may have gone out there to say, hey, we know you made a mistake. Are you sure you don't want to try and correct it?
And the apparent answer is no. So Freddie Gonzalez ejected. It's going to be ruled a triple for David Wright. And you'll see it clearly on this replay.
Above the orange line, off that railing. That's the railing that Ugla hit that was ruled a homer.
Mike Winters, he hasn't given that outside pitch against the left-handed batter is off.
Pedro Bonser over the mound, and Verdozzi's not going to get to this one, and Alvarez aboard.
He's out. Yeah, absolutely. He turned towards second.
Laz Diaz is going to call him out. Clint Hurdle's going to sprint out and argue this one.
Yeah, he's out.
Solfield's already in the face of Laz Diaz. Pedro taking a left turn. The question is, did he make an attempt?
Yeah, that's the only thing. I guess that's the argument. Did he attempt to go towards second? There was certainly. He saw it go by, and he did kind of turn first base. That's why I think, he was rightfully called out.
Laz Diaz involved in the call. Alvarez can't believe it. Now we've reached the 7th inning stretch, and Clint Hurdle has just been ejected. Both managers have been ejected in this ball game this afternoon now. Laz Diaz sends Clint Hurdle to the showers a little early. But Clint's going to get his money's worth right now. Take a look. Pedro, did he make an attempt or not? Well, he called out regardless. It's 4-3 at the stretch.
David taking all the way as he steps out of the box and takes a strike. He flipped the bat. But a strike call will make it 3-1.
Well, the weirdness goes on, doesn't it? I mean, Don, we got to get out of this ballpark somehow. This is crazy tonight.
David will take another strike. Full count now. Ortiz ends up striking out. Second out of the 7th inning. He'll say some stuff on the way by, and he'll show Timmons where that pitch was.
Yeah. He's lucky he's still in the game. A lot of times you show up an umpire like that, and you're ejected from the game immediately. But Ortiz giving him that high sign on the 3-0 pitch.
Now somebody's gone.
Somebody's gone.
It's Big Papi. And he is coming out to say some more. He'll be blocked on his attempt to come out to say some more. They're really trying to calm him down. Wow. I don't think that phone's going to work anymore. It's like he didn't get somebody by mistake with those cuts.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Phone still works, which is good news.
Yeah, your phone wouldn't work. My phone wouldn't work, but that thing still works.
In there for strike 2. And the conversation continues. Oh, he's been thrown out. Seriously?
Oh my goodness.
Are you kidding me?
Chad Fairchild, we did not come here to watch you today.
Oh my goodness. He threw him out. And Cabrera, we don't know what he said, but certainly was not demonstrative. Unbelievable. Cabrera took issue with the first pitch and the second one as well, but was nowhere near being demonstrative about it. And the best player of the game has just gotten thrown out in the middle of an at-bat with the bases loaded. And now Leland, who also has been thrown out of the game, well, he's not going to go quietly here, and I don't blame him. That's horrible. Holy cow. Well, you talk about a quick hook on Cabrera. That is just unbelievable.
Snyder lifts it in the air to left center. Fold will move over and get himself ready for a throw. Makes the catch. Nava's coming plateward. The throw will be in time. They got him. Peralta gets out of the jam as Nava thought he got in. John Farrell out to argue. And the Red Sox trail by a run at the end of 8. Tough to tell at first look how well Molina blocked the plate as Farrell will be ejected. So John Farrell ejected from this game. We head for the 9th inning. And it's tough to tell whether or not Molina was able to adequately block the plate, as it appeared Nava got there first.
Well, we'll take another look at the replay as we go to break. Does the foot get in?
Sure looks like it did.
It sure looked like it did on that replay.
Ended up going 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. As his average 210. Pulls this one down the line. Callaspo bobbles it, picks it up, fires across the diamond, and safe at first. Socha's going to argue with Jerry Lane. Very close play. That should go as an error on Callaspo. It'd be his 12th.
Yeah, it looked like the baseball got there, unless he's saying that Mark Trumbo's foot came off the base. It was pretty close.
Wow. That was a quick hook.
Well, it's unusual to see a manager get thrown out without really a whole lot of confrontation as far as the argument.
It's
right
a
away.
one-sided conversation. Jerry Lane hasn't said a word.
I mean, not one word out of the mouth of Jerry Lane.
Well, that's a difficult thing, too, as a manager. You want to get your point across, and he's not even saying anything back at you, yet you're already thrown out of the game. The in-between hop off the hip, tried the backhand, had plenty of opportunity, Alberto did, to get in front of the baseball and to throw the first. About as close as you can get.
Yeah.
It looked like the foot hit the base as the baseball went in the glove.
See, the first angle looked like the foot maybe got there ahead of time. This one looked like perhaps.
Bill Miller had a couple of tough calls on check swings. One he called a strike. One he did not call a strike, and that's the one that got Mattingly ticked off. But that's a while ago. Brandon League now coming in.